part two here, where we're going to discuss the awards and division winners, division losers, top draft picks, and Super Bowl playoff predictions. So, with that, let's lead off with MVP. Ben, who's your pick for MVP this year?
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen. Very nice.
I know that a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, last 2 years, that might have been a pick that a lot of people would have gone with. But now, some people are saying their Super Bowl window might have closed, but I think he's going to really be he's going to be a force this year. I think he's going to be really, really good. So, and I just didn't want to pick Patrick Mahomes, even though he'll probably win it.
I know he won Super Bowl and an MVP again last year, man. It was crazy. Yeah, Allen had a pretty good year last year too, and so it's tough to pick against him. RJ picked Jalen Hurts. I've not received Isaiah's picks yet, but I'm going to pick my same preseason pick as last year. And I know it's still not popular. It's not sexy, but Justin Herbert is my MVP pick for this year. He's not super high in odds. I think he was 8th or 9th in odds this year. But, obviously I'm projecting them to have a pretty good year. And I still think very highly of Justin Herbert as a quarterback. So, I'm going to try to ride that out. So, Offensive Player of the Year, RJ picked the winner from last year, Justin Jefferson, which I actually was one of my few picks that I was the only pick I think that he got right from preseason combined was Offensive Player of the Year. This year I'm picking Nick Chubb. So, who are you going with?
I'll go with Garrett Wilson.
Ooh, Offensive Rookie of the Year last year. You're expecting some beautiful things with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I would say now he has a real quarterback. So
you're saying that Zach Wilson, that mother effer, was not real back there? Mike White. Defensive Player of the Year. I'm going to go with the Defensive Rookie of the Year from last year, Sauce Gardner. So it's kind of funny that you went with, Garrett Wilson. I think Sauce Gardner's poised for another good year. RJ's got Micah Parsons. Who are you running with?
I like that Micah Parsons pick. I am going to go with Myles Garrett.
All right. Yeah, I think I'm trying to remember who's still first, and I think Nick Bosa's first in odds. He won it last year. He just signed a massive contract. I saw today.
He just became the highest paid defensive player ever. So that's cool.
Yeah. So that's wild. Myles Garrett, I saw was number 2. I think Micah Parsons was somewhere around 3. I went a little deeper again, 6. I think 6th or 7th was where Sauce was, but I think if he somehow replicates again what he did last year, maybe even a little bit better, it's hard to leave him off that conversation, because to do that back to back is impressive. Offensive Rookie of the Year, who are you going with?
We'll go with Bijan.
Bijan. All right. RJ also has Bijan Robinson. I have Bryce Young written down, but like I mentioned even in the last segment, Zay Flowers is a sleeper pick for me. I don't know, man. I think that underneath slant stuff that Zay Flowers does, and the explosiveness, he seems like he could fit pretty well in that offense, but it is not a pass heavy offense as we know either. So I think that takes it away. So I'm leaning towards Bryce Young right now. I know that seems like the cliche pick, but I deserve some cliche.
He's going to play, so it makes sense.
Defensive Rookie of the Year, I'm going with Christian Gonzalez right now.
I'll go with Will Anderson.
Right, yeah, he's number 1 on odds, it looks like. RJ went with Jack Campbell.
That'd be cool.
I hope so. That'd be great. Yeah, that means probably good things for the defense. So, Coach of the Year, I'm going with MCDC.
Yeah, I've said I had Dan Campbell. If the Lions go 12-5, then he's winning it.
He's got to win it, right? I think that RJ picked Robert Saleh, but also he had Dan Campbell in parentheses. I'm like, that's a cop-out. You have to pick one. So I made him pick Robert Saleh. But, Sean Payton seems like he's on that consideration if the Broncos improve drastically as well.
Definitely.
Comeback Player of the Year. Now, it's odds all in on Damar Hamlin right now. He's significantly first place.
He made the team. So,
as long as he made the team, right? Now it just comes down to he come out there and play one snap, right? And then if he just plays one snap, then it's set in stone like the 10 Commandments. I don't I don't know, man. I just to be different though, I'm pushing back and going Calvin Ridley.
All right, that's hilarious, actually.
It's
That's
it's
his
hilarious.
fault. That is
It's
so
it's
fun.
it's hilarious.
Jameson Williams. Jameson
Ooh,
Williams.
that's a good
Someone
one.
else. I like it.
I mean, you probably have to go. Are you going tomorrow? Or are you just gonna throw one in there just to be different?
Yeah, I mean, I'll go with DeMar. It's fine.
Breakout player. RJ has taken Aiden Hutchinson, and I'm like, what's a breakout player? He had like 8.5 or
Yeah,
9.5 sacks last year. I'm like, does he
yeah,
have to
I
get
wouldn't put him
17
as a
sacks to get
breakout.
breakout? That's like 17 sacks to
Yeah.
get a breakout player. So I barely counted that. RJ went back and said if Aiden doubles what he has last year, around 15 or 16 sacks, that should be considered a breakout. It's like I
If he does that, he
guess.
might be defensive player of the year.
Yeah, I
Like,
think
he's got an
that goes all
argument
the
at that point.
like what is
He's got
Micah
an
Parsons
argument at that point.
with RJ picking Micah Parsons? What are Micah Parsons' sack numbers that year? Sheesh.
Right. How many is he in? Like 20? Like, what are we
Yeah,
doing
that's
here?
breaking Strahan's record or what? TJ Watt's record, right?
Crazy.
I picked Jahan Dotson.
I like Jahan Dotson. This one's tough. Breakout player of the year.
Yeah, so
Give me,
similar. I think Jamal Williams won it last year. Talanoa Hufanga also got on that list. Dexter Lawrence got on that list. There's
give
some.
me
I think
Travis Etienne.
Travis Etienne. Ooh, I like that one too. I think he touched 1,000 yards last year, but if he does what
did.
Josh Jacobs did, Josh Jacobs was always right around 1,000, and then went to do 1,450. So if
Mhm.
ETN can get 1,400 plus, I think he definitely qualifies.
Yep.
So
Plus, I
you
think we kind of
have so you also have the Lions, as we talked about, at 12-5 for Lions expectations currently. RJ has them right at 11-6, and I have them at 10-7. So pretty consistent, right? We have like a sweet spot there. AFC winner, AFC East winner is who?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Who do I want to actually go? We'll go Buffalo.
Yeah, I have the Bills at 12-5. I have them winning that division. I think
Yeah, the Jets have an
relatively.
argument, I guess, but until I see them in action, I'm not going to pick them.
I have the Jets as the top wild card spot.
Yeah.
AFC West winner. I've got the Chiefs, but not as good of a record as you'd expect from me. I have the Chiefs going 11-6, so potentially same record as the Lions, right?
Yeah, I'll go with the Chiefs.
And then AFC South, I have the Jaguars finishing 12-5.
The Jaguars are the clear class of this division.
This is a terrible division. So
Horrendous. In fact, two of the worst teams in football are in that division.
AFC North.
Ravens.
Okay.
But the Bengals.
I have the Ravens as the 7 seed in the AFC, sneaking into the last wild card spot. I had the Bengals 13-4.
No, Bengals didn't win a preseason game. I'm just saying. They were 0-2-1.
Lions won every preseason game and then decided to go 1-16.
No. Yeah.
And that's when they played 4 of them.
Yep.
I don't know. I try to not take that too personally, but I don't know. Joe Burrow is expected to play now, from what I saw too, for week 1, so that's interesting.
Yep.
NFC East winner, I picked the Eagles to go 14-3 with the best regular season record of any NFL team.
Yep. And yeah, I'll pick the Eagles. Cowboys, I think, will be decent, but Eagles.
I have the Cowboys as the 6th seed in the NFC.
Yeah.
NFC, which it's funny, we'll get to that too. I have the Giants as the 5 seed. So both NFC East in general, I have pretty stacked. NFC West winner, I have the 49ers, but with poor quarterback play, probably 11-6.
Yep. I like 49ers though. Could still see 12-5 or even 13-4 though.
Yeah, I mean, if they get even above competent quarterback play, that should be a walk in the park, honestly. Their defense is loaded. Every game, I mean, they could have low scoring football games, honestly.
Yep.
NFC South winner, this is where I have the Saints. I picked the Saints to go 10-7.
I'll pick the Saints. This is not a good division.
Not great. It's a lot of average. Like I said, I think the Falcons could be close to average. The Panthers may not be far under average. And obviously the Bucks, I don't expect to be good at all. But yeah. And then the NFC North winner,
Lions.
LFG, baby.
Mhm.
10-7 is where I have the Lions sitting at. So
Yep.
who are your 5, 6, and 7 AFC wildcard spots?
AFC wild card. So I mean, can't remember my let me look through my division predictions again. Okay. So I've got the Jets as the first wild card. I've actually got the Steelers as the second wild card. And then the Broncos.
I like it. Okay. I've got the Jets also as the first wild card, but then I have the Chargers as the 6th seed, and then I've got the Ravens as the 7th seed.
Yeah, okay.
So you don't have the Bengals in the playoffs at all.
No, I do. I'm sorry. I have the Jets and then the Bengals and then the Broncos. I don't know why I said the Steelers. I was looking at the Bengals and I said the Steelers.
Okay.
I like the Steelers. I think they're going to sneak up on some teams, but they're not going to be that good.
That's fair. I like the Broncos pick. That's kind of sweet. We just sneak them in there.
Yeah, I just Sean Payton. I think they're way better than they were last year.
Is it going to be like the resurrection of Doug Peterson, right? I mean, Doug Peterson took the Jaguars, and if he can do it, Sean Payton should be able
Samuel
to pick up.
Hackett clearly didn't do anything right. So
yeah, might take a rocket scientist like Sean Payton to take care of the Broncos, but yeah, I like them as a potential sleeper here too to make the wild card.
yeah.
Who my 5, 6, and 7 for the NFC? I have the Giants as the 5, the Cowboys as the 6, and the Vikings as the 7.
Yeah, I have the same.
In that order?
I'll do Cowboys 5, Vikings 6. We'll switch those.
And then Giants at 7.
7.
All right, then who is your AFC East loser?
So the last team in the AFC East?
Yeah.
The worst team? Oh. I mean, that'll be pretty clear. I don't know. That'll be a little bit tougher. I'll go with the Patriots though.
I do have the Patriots finishing 6-11.
Yeah, it's hard for me to do that to Bill Belichick. I feel like he'll find a way to do
Retire,
it.
Bill. Retire.
The team is not good.
Yeah, I Mac Daddy is not the answer.
No.
AFC West loser, I have the Raiders, but with a respectable 8-9, finishing 8-9 to lose that division.
Yeah, I'll go with the Raiders as well, for sure. But I think it's a really good division.
Yeah, I think it's right up there with AFC North as one of the top divisions here. So AFC South losers, that pretty set in stone now.
Yeah, well, you can go back and forth. I think the Colts are the loser though.
I think no Jonathan Taylor. It's looking more and more clear every day. He's not playing a snap this year for the Colts.
Yeah. I mean, you have an argument for the Texans though. The Texans aren't good either.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, CJ Stroud's a wild card, right? Maybe he is a potential rookie of the year quarterback.
Anthony Richardson, though.
I'm not big on Anthony Richardson. I think he's
gonna
gonna make a ton of boneheaded decisions this year, I think. What are you thinking on the AFC North for the loser? Like I have the Steelers losing this division, but the Steelers again finishing with a plus 500 record because Mike Tomlin cannot miss. So I have the Steelers going 9-8 and losing the division. Technically, I have them tied with the Browns.
I'm going to have the Browns actually being last in the division.
Yeah, I have them both at 9-8, but the Browns having the head-to-head against the Steelers.
Yeah, tough division.
Yeah, I think it might be the best, just based on my prediction of the last place team being 9-8. So, NFC East loser, I have the Commanders going 3-14.
Yeah, I'll go with Commanders.
I mean, considering you had the Cowboys and Giants also in your wild
I
card.
can't really. Yeah, I mean, I can't really deviate from that.
NFC West loser. I have the Cardinals going 3-14.
Cardinals are going to be terrible. They stink.
I'm wondering how they're going to get their 3 wins, but I did pick them to get 3 wins.
They'll find a way. I mean, somebody will blow it.
NFC South
Remember
loser.
though, 2 years ago, this was like a good team for a minute. The Cardinals.
That's true. And then
So-
the Lions ruined their season.
Did by annihilating them.
Yeah, that was one of the biggest upsets of the whole season.
Yes, it was.
I love being at that. Was a fun game to be at. So NFC South loser. I have the Bucks going 2-15.
Yep, Bucks might have the number 1 pick.
I have them as number 2 pick. So yeah. NFC North loser. I have the Packers going 7-10.
Yep.
So not bad. Not bad.
Packers, they're not going to be terrible. Well, I don't think they're going to be very good. They're not going to be terrible. So,
I actually think
I
think the worst record that in the division, the worst that it could be, I think is 6-11. I don't, because even if it's the Packers or Bears, I think they're guaranteed 6 wins, right? So to me, I don't think it's I don't think it's gonna be that bad. I think the Packers have a good enough defense. The run game's gonna do enough for them. I think Jordan Love isn't gonna be pitiful. So, I mean, if he's pitiful and one of the running backs gets hurt and they lose a playmaker in the defense, sure. But until then, and I just think the Bears are just going to improve. So I think it's going to be Packers like 7-10, Bears 8-9, Vikings 9-8, and then the Lions 10-7. I think they're all like one game.
Yeah, I could see it. I mean, I think it'll be a pretty good. It'll be a pretty good fight. It'll be interesting all the way towards the end.
And then who has the first 3 draft picks?
The Bucks.
Yeah.
The Colts.
Yep.
And the Cardinals.
So that's basically mine, and just a little different in an order. I do have the Colts first, Bucks second, Cardinals third. RJ has the Cardinals.
I don't want to see the Colts draft Caleb Williams, so I just couldn't do it.
RJ has.
Though. They just picked Anthony Richardson. Would they pass up on Caleb Williams?
So we'll see. This is my pick now is actually Marvin Harrison Jr. first overall pick.
Yeah, but see, can you pass on Caleb Williams though? I don't know. It's tough.
I actually think Caleb falls to the 3rd pick, and that's who I have as the Cardinals. So I think Caleb could go to the Cardinals. And then I think Drake May goes to the Bucks. I just feel like I can picture Drake May in a Bucks outfit more like
I can picture Caleb Williams in Tampa.
You can? Okay. I picture him in like dark red. I picture him at the Cardinals. So I don't know. If the Cardinal, I think if it's depending on who it is. If Cardinals or Bucks could, if they're first or second, they're going to take quarterback. I just think the Colts aren't going to go Anthony Richardson early first round and then.
Well, there's no way they take a QB. I agree. So that's the tough part. So where did I have them? 2?
Yeah, the Colts at 2. Yeah.
Yeah. So I could see them taking.
Or do they trade out and see if they can trade back a couple spots?
Right. Actually, I could see that happening. But if we're gonna pick that, I'll go Caleb Williams, Marvin Harrison Jr.
And then Drake May or something.
Drake May to the Cardinals. Yeah.
RJ has the Cardinals, Bucks, Texans. So
Yep.
you snuck the Texans in there over the Colts, I guess. I'm like, all right.
It's hard to do, but okay.
Colts are a dumpster fire, man. As bad as the
Not
Texans
good.
could be.
And it's getting worse day by day.
Yes.
So,
It's bad. Jim Irsay needs to go too. So here we go to our final 4 picks here. AFC Championship game matchup. Who do you have?
I think we'll just have Bills Chiefs running it back.
Okay. And do you have the Bills winning?
I do.
All right.
I do.
That's the exact pick. That's actually the exact pick that RJ has too. I am going.
Why? But I just think the Chiefs are going to be really. I think they're going to be really, really, really good. I just think they're just going to fall a little bit short.
Yeah, I'm picking the Bengals over the Bills.
Okay. I like Joe Burrow.
That's good. He's my Super Bowl MVP.
Okay.
Actually, that's subject to change because I've kind of gone back and forth on who's going to win the Super Bowl. So that might not be it. NFC Championship game. I have this is the hottest take of the whole podcast. I do have the Eagles winning and going to the Super Bowl, but they are playing the New Orleans Saints in the NFC Championship game. Hottest take is to have New Orleans Saints in the NFC Championship game. Top that.
So I have the Lions going 12-5.
Oh, baby, music to my ears.
NFC. All right, so if you're talking hot take, I'm gonna have them losing in the NFC Championship game to the Eagles.
It's funny that you say it because I did the bracket on the playoff predictor.
I'm telling you, they could win a playoff game like very easily.
That's winning 2 of them. Yeah, I mean, so it's funny that you have that matchup because I did the playoff predictor so that I could come up with the seeds and get the seeds where I want them, and then kind of do the home field advantage based on how that falls. And I had the Lions win their first playoff game, and then because their first game was actually against the I had them beating the 49ers. So I think all around team I had them beat the 49ers just because of the quarterback play. I don't think gets them very far. So I had that, but then the next game they had to play the Philadelphia Eagles, and I'm like, well, I can't do that. So I had before they got to the NFC Championship game, they had played the Eagles in the divisional and lost. But
see, I had them 12-5 though. So if I have them 12-5, I think they'll. So I think we'll be good, and they wouldn't face them until the NFC Championship, and then it'll be a fat.
That is. You may have won up me with my New Orleans Saints pick, or at least leveled me.
Yeah,
they're both
I just think I don't know. Like, do I actually think this is going to happen? Probably not. But I think
I just want to see one playoff win.
But if things go the way they could go, like they easily could, they could be there.
I know probably 3 months ago, but I was like super obsessed with the Lions look so good. Like I'm all in on the Lions this year, and I had them, make it to the NFC Championship game. Now, granted, I think that is their ceiling, but I think their ceiling is losing in the NFC Championship game.
Yeah,
I don't think I'm not ready for Super Bowl or bust in their first experience in the playoffs since first playoff win since '91. You can't convince me.
They make the playoffs. If they make the playoffs, it's a success. Everything else is gravy for me this year.
Yeah, and then make the playoffs and win playoffs next year at the very least.
Yeah. Yep.
So your Super Bowl matchup looks like it's Buffalo Bills versus Philadelphia Eagles. That's a good Super Bowl matchup. What is your final score and Super Bowl MVP?
Bills win 31-21. Super Bowl MVP. I mean, easy pick would be Josh Allen. I kind of wanted to go in a different direction though, but we're going Josh Allen.
Deion Branch Jr.
Yeah, or Dalton Kincaid.
Ooh, sexy.
Yeah, no, we're not picking a tight end for our MVP. Sorry.
No, last time a tight end is
tight end not named Travis Kelce is not winning the Super Bowl MVP.
I was going to say that's the only guy I could think of that could do it.
Yeah, maybe Gronk. Gronk could have back in the day.
So, RJ picked Philadelphia over Buffalo 38-35 and picked Jalen Hurts as the MVP, which is why I initially went Cincinnati wins and put Joe Burrow. So I'm trying to be different, but I do think Philadelphia wins against Cincinnati. And so it's I think it's going to be 34-26. It might be an 8-point game. I don't want to do Jalen Hurts though, but I feel like he's almost the obvious answer because if he wins the Super Bowl, he's probably done stuff with his legs and he's passed effectively. So it's how about I go more hot take? Now this one's a less significant hot take. I'm going to go Darius Slay as a Super Bowl MVP, and I'm going to have him 7 tackles, pass deflection, 2 INTs, and a touchdown return interception. And I'm thinking that's going to be enough to win that Super Bowl MVP.
All right. I like it. Big play Slay.
Big play Slay, doing some stuffs, man. So yeah, let's ride that. I'm good with that. It'll be interesting to see what Isaiah puts out when he gets back to me. But that is once again a solid preview. Last year, obviously, and I'll run through what we had last year. For the actual ones: Patrick Mahomes, Justin Jefferson, Nick Bosa, Garrett Wilson, Sauce Gardner, Brian Dable won Coach of the Year. Geno Smith was Comeback Player of the Year. And Jamal Williams was the breakout. Lions obviously finished at 9-8. And then the first three picks: Bears, Texans, Cardinals. With the Chiefs beating the Eagles in the Super Bowl for Patrick Mahomes to win the MVP. So we did okay, especially like divisional winners. All of us picked pretty good. Isaiah had some pretty hot takes. He had the Broncos going pretty far.
I don't blame him though. They were,
yeah, they look pretty good.
A lot of people had him going far at the beginning of the year last year.
And it was people put all the blame on Russell Wilson. I'm like, oh man, that coaching situation, Nathaniel Hackett was horrendous.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like Aaron Rodgers loves him, so he can't be. I don't know. It's weird.
Some people gel better with others, right? Matt Patricia apparently now loves Darius Slay in Philadelphia. We'll see about that.
Does Darius Slay love Matt Patricia though?
He's at the very least he's faking it. I saw like a high five thing while they were stretching on the field. Matt Patricia went over to him. So it's interesting.
I'm not convinced Matt Patricia's a human. I'm pretty sure he's like a cave troll.
A cave troll.
That was just like fake human interaction. He's not real.
That lady on the plane's gonna tell us.
He's not real.
Yeah, so I guess next week. Obviously, even if it's a quick show, we at least recap the Chiefs game, preview the Seahawks game, talk about Michigan's game against UNLV.
Yeah. I'm going.
Then, yeah, and we'll be gone on vacation. So
yeah, should be good stuff.
All right. Well, we'll see you next week then.
See you.